Good morning, students. Myself, P. Shilpa Chaitanya, working as Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Vignans Nirula Institute of Technology and Science for Women. Today we are here to discuss a subject that is Python programming. In your first year, you already learned what is C programming. So, this is a new programming language. Let us see what is Python programming. Now, so let us discuss what are the objectives of this course. Why we need to learn this course. What are the things that we have in this course. Let us see one by one, students. So here in this, we will learn like your C programming. Here also you will learn the syntax, the structure, what are the rules and how to run your program. That is the first objective, to learn about Python programming language. Then the second objective is it is a universal computer programming language. So you need to know the data types, what are the containers it have and what are the modules it have. And also you will be familiarized with a general programming concepts like execution of conditional statements, loop statements and functions. And also you will do your general coding and you will develop small projects in this programming language. So these are all some of the course objectives which you will discuss in your next classes. Let us see the syllabus of this Python programming. In the syllabus of Unit 1, we will have 3 sections. The first section is Introduction. In this introduction, you will learn what is Python and how it is developed, who developed, and a small operators sections, and you will learn about some input, how to give the input to your program, how to get output from your program, and some small arithmetic calculations. This is the first part of your first unit. Then coming to the second part of our first unit, that is here in this you will learn about the data types which are related to your topic. Then in the third section you will learn about decision structures. What do you mean by decision structures, students? As you know in your C, you will learn about the conditional statements, that is if else, nested if else, strings, isn't it? Or you know, or you are you familiar, students? Is that clear, students? Now, so agenda of this of the today's class. Agenda of the today's class. So let us learn about the first topic of first unit, that is Introduction to Python Programming. So in this Introduction to Python Programming, we will learn about what is Python. Then why Python? Why not other languages? And also we will discuss features of Python. Then history, who developed Python. Then who uses Python today. Today so many companies are using this Python programming language. So who are using Python programming today? Let us discuss in this class. And also how the feature of this programming language is bright. Let us discuss all these things today. Students, we will discuss today what is Python, why Python, features of Python, history of Python, who uses Python today, and why the feature of Python is bright. Is that clear, students? Then let us talk about the introduction to Python programming. Okay, students, before going to know the introduction to Python programming, I just want to language. C language is a programming language, isn't it? So you have already seen so many things in C programming, isn't it, students? Let us see the Python programming also. Introduction to Python programming. So let us see the first topic of Python programming. Okay, then let us see the programming logo of Python. Python is having a small logo. This is the Python programming logo, students. So wherever you see this logo, that's a Python program. There Python is used. Is that clear, students? Then Why Python? What is Python? What is Python? Students, the first topic of this unit, that is, what is Python? Can anyone say what is Python? Yes. Students, Python is a programming language and it is a new era of programming language. It creates a new era in the programming language. So why it creates a new era in a programming language? How it creates a new era in the programming language? Let us discuss in this class. What is Python? Python is a scripting language. Have you heard the scripting language, students? I think you don't know what is scripting language. C is a programming language, isn't it? But Python is both a programming language and a scripting language. Let us discuss what is scripting language. Scripting languages are general like your programming languages. They used to write their code using high-level programming and they are very easy to learn. The scripting languages are also the programming languages itself, but they are written only in high-level programming. By using high-level programming constructs only, you are writing the program and they are very easy to learn. Then, you have got a new name, that is scripting. Then, tell me what is program and what is scripting. Let us see. What do you mean by program? Program always executes. How program executes, students? Yes. Program will be executed using a compiler and interpreter. Is that clear? So you will compile the file and then you will interpret the file. Isn't it? Then what is scripting? Scripting is nothing but interpreted. Script is interpreted. What do you mean by interpretation? Here interpretation is nothing but the scripting languages doesn't have any compiler. We won't compile the file. What do you mean by compiler? Compiler means if you write a program, that program is nothing but a source code. That source code is converted into mission understandable code by using compiler. Then that mission understandable code is executed by interpreter. That is the general process of all programming languages. But whereas in Python, we don't have compiler. The duty of interpreter is directly taking the source code and interpreting the code. Is that clear, students? Then, program. In general, you call the program as a sequence of instructions written in a computer to perform certain tasks. Isn't it? You are writing a program in a computer to run a particular task. Whereas scripting is also a language, is also a program you written in your own language. But this script is used for another software application. Keep that in your mind. I am stressing this point, students. Keep that in your mind. The script is used to. It is also a type of programming language which is used to control another software application. You are writing the code to control another software application. Is that clear, students? That is the difference between a program and a script. Program is nothing but you are writing your program to perform particular task. But script is controlling another software application. To control the other software application, you are writing the code. Clear? This is the difference between a program and scripting. Then, it is also a high level and general purpose programming language. Mainly it is used for web applications. Web applications in the sense, can anyone tell what is web application? In your websites, you are creating so many web pages, isn't it? And also you are giving some ratings of 1 and 2 web pages, isn't it? So to develop those websites, to develop those web applications like your CamScan, Adobe Scan, whatever you are using, Netflix, YouTube, these are all some web applications. To develop these web applications, this Python programming is mainly used. It is highly readable. What do you mean by readability? Readability in the sense, to write a program in C, you have to know some rules, isn't it? You have to know where you have to put the semicolon, where you have to write the code, where you have to write the function, where to start your program, isn't it? But in Python, there are no rules. It is readable. In your own English language, you are writing the program. You can write your program in your own English language. So, in that way, you can say Python is highly readable. Is that clear, students? Then, why Python? Why not C? Why not Java? Why not other languages? Let us see. Why Python? Why Python? Because it is popular. Why Python? Because it is popular. Why it is popular? Because it is easy to learn. Because it is freely available. Because it is having large amount of applications. Because it is having so much library and support. What is this? Easy to learn. It is highly readable. So it is very easy to learn. Isn't clear? Is it clear? It is free. Its software is freely available in the internet. So it is free. It is having large amount of application. Just now I have told you, in web applications you are using this. Means to develop web application you are using this. Which is nothing but it is used. Then it is having large set of libraries. We are having so many predefined functions which can you drag that and use it in your program. In that way you can say it is having a very greatest community of having libraries and it is so popular. So that's why we need Python rather than C, rather than Java. Clear? Is that clear, students? Then, features of Python. Why Python? The question is answered using the features of Python only. Features of Python. There are some features here. Let us see one by one feature now. Okay. So, before that, these are some of the features. What are those? Simplicity, open source, portability, embeddable, extensible, interpreted, huge libraries, object oriented. These are all some of the features of Python. Let us see one by one. The first feature of Python, that is easy. Why it is so easy? As I already told you, it is having clear syntax. It doesn't have any rules. Here protocol is nothing but rules. It is very simple and it doesn't have any rules. So it is easy. That is the first feature of Python. Then coming to the expressive. How you can say it is expressive? Expressive is nothing but you can write the code. If you want to run a program called Fibonacci series in C, you have to write 10 lines of code. Whereas in Python, we can write it in a single line by using the function fab, because the function is already available in the internet, already available in the library. So you can just take that function and use it in your program. So you can write a single line of Python code to run your language. So you can say it is expressive. Then talking about the next feature, that is free and open source. I think it is a new term for you. What is free? What is open source? Which is nothing but if you want to download a Microsoft Office, is it possible to download a Microsoft Office in by using internet, students? No, it doesn't possible because Microsoft Office is not a freeware. It is a licensed one. You have to buy it. Is it clear? You have to buy it. Whereas Python, it is freely available in the internet. It is open source. Anyone can use it. Anyone can download it and use it. So you can say that it is free and open source. Then coming to the next feature. It is high level. I have already told you it is a high level programming language. We no need to remember the structure. And also the memory allocation here is automatic. Automatic allocation of memory and deallocation of memory takes place. Is that clear? Then talking about portability. Portable is nothing but, students, in the olden days we call TVs as portable TVs. We can take the TV from one place to another place, isn't it? In the same way, you can use this Python code in variety of operating systems. Like Mac is operating system. Isn't clear? And Windows is an operating system. Linux is an operating system. You can write your source code in one operating system and you can run that program in another operating system. Here, we call this operating system as platforms. Platform is nothing but operating system. You can run the Python code in any operating system. So, you can say it is portable. Then, talking about object-oriented feature. So, Java is a pure object-oriented programming language. In the same way, Python is also a pure object-oriented programming language. Here, everything will be encapsulated, grouped in the form of objects and methods. Here you are using of classes and objects. Mainly you are using classes and objects. So, it supports object-oriented feature. Then coming to the next feature, that is extensible. What do you mean by extensibility? Extensibility is nothing but you can write your program you can write the Python code in C and CPP. Some of your Python code will be embedded, will be extensible through your C and CPP compilers. So you can say it is extensible. Then embeddable. It is easily embedded because of having large set of libraries. So many libraries are there for using large applications. We are embedding those Python by both libraries by using some Python packages to run your programs. Then interpreted. I already told you, interpreted is nothing but compiler is executed entire program at a time, whereas interpreted is executed line by line at a time. If you interpret your code, the line by line execution will be done. If you got an error at the first line, it will not go to the second line. For line by line execution will be there. Here the Python source code is interpreted by using an intermediate code called bytecode. Bytecode is nothing but whenever you are interpreting your program, that is you are executing your program, the source code is interpreted by using Python interpreter. In the intermediate, a code is generated. That code is called bytecode. Is that clear? Then, so like Java, Python doesn't have compilation. As I already told you, code is directly executed by interpreter. See here, in Java, the code is given to the compiler. Then, compiler gives a bytecode which is an executable code and that is given to the runtime environment and it will give the result to the computer. Whereas talking about Python, there is no compiler. The code is given to the interpreter and the interpreter will give you the result. So, in this way the interpretation will be done. Then, talking about large standard library. Yes, Python has large standard library because of its functions. It is having a large set of library by using its modules and functions. So, it is having predefined libraries, predefined packages, predefined functions which are readily available. We can get them and use them in your program. Then, GUI programming. What do you mean by GUI programming, students? GUI is nothing but graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. According to you, what do you mean by graphical user interface? So, you are interfacing with the computer by using some graphics like your buttons, like your images, like your animations. Is that clear? So, to interface, that framework, that application will be supported by Python. You can create that type of graphical user interfaces using Python by using some interfaces. Those interfaces are given here. Some of the interfaces I have given here, that is a Ttinker, WXPython and Django. So, these are all some of the web interfaces which are used to create GUI programming. This is one of the best feature of Python. Then, the last feature of Python, that is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed, which is nothing but we are having large set of data types in C, isn't it? We will have numeric data type, string data type, arrays, structures, unions, etc. But whereas in Python, we doesn't have any data types. We are not at all saying it is an integer type of data, it is a double type of data, or it is a long type of data. It doesn't specify any type of variable. So it dynamically search what type of data it is. So here the data types are not static, they are dynamic. Is that clear? This is the last feature of Python. Then history of Python. So in this history of Python, we will discuss who developed Python. The Guru Van Rossum in 1980, Python developed. Python is developed in late 1980 by Guru Van Rossum. So this is developed from a programming language called AWC programming, which is also a general purpose programming language. Keep that in your mind. It is derived from ABC programming language. So this Python, the name comes from a movie called Monty Python Flying Circus. The name comes from Monty Python Flying Circus because Rossum is a big fan of that movie. Is that clear? So he is Guru Van Rossum. Usually he is called as the Python's benevolent dictator for life. You call Guru Van Rossum as Python's benevolent dictator for life. Then, what can we do with Python? Students, till now we have discussed what is Python and why Python. Why Python means by seeing the features of Python we can say why Python. Now let us see what can we do with Python. Is that clear? What can we do with Python? We can do system programming. Whatever the task we want to do, that task will be done by using system programming. You can create graphical user interfaces. Means you can create any number of apps which you want to develop, which you want to interface with your computer. You can develop graphical user interfaces. You can develop gamings. By using Python, you can create any type of games. By programming with Python, you can create any gamings. Then, it is majorly used in database programming. Database. Here we are having so many databases which are available in the internet. So, like SQL, MySQL, Django, there are so many databases. So, this Python is easily interfaced with them and the database programming is very easy to do with those interfaces. It is also used in internet scripting. Scripting internet, it is nothing but it is used for web programming, isn't it? So, it is used in internet scripting. It is also used for component integration testing. Component integration is nothing but we are having so many components. So, to integrate those components, we use Python programming. And also, it is used in robotics. To create robots also, the Python programming is used in nowadays. So, we can do what not? We can do a GUIs, we can do component integration, we can do database programming, we can do gaming, we can do imaging, we can do XML programming, what not? We can do anything with Python. Let us see who uses Python. So we can do all those things. Then which companies are majorly using this Python? Let us see. The first thing which ruling the world today, that is Google. Google is using Python. Google to create web pages, Google is using this Python programming. Netflix is using Python programming. In Netflix, it is majorly used for getting the ratings of each and every movie or each and every episode. For rating calculations, we are majorly using this Python programming in Netflix. It is Instagram is using Python. So you will get your viewers of your profile and you will see so many likes for your photo. Those will be done by using Python programming. And also Facebook, that's for the same thing, Facebook is also using Python programming today. NASA is using for its security Python programming. And Bank of America, it is also for creating their web pages, and for security, Bank of America is using. Here some more, Uber for its web programming, Uber is using. Amazon is using to rate your objects, to rate whatever the things you buy. So based on that rating, it will give the rating for the product. And also Red Hat, it is a Linux software which is also using Python. To create that one, we are using Python programming today. And also Yahoo Mail is also using Python. Shutterstock, Trivago, Mozilla, Nokia, and whatnot, your YouTube. So if you upload any video in your YouTube, you will get some comments, you will get some reviews, isn't it? Those reviews will be programmed by using Python programming. So these are some of the companies, not total companies. There are so many companies using Python today. I have listed some of the companies here. So these are some of the companies which are using Python today. Let us see. Why the future of Python is bright? So by seeing all this, you can say the future of Python is bright, isn't it? So we have discussed so many things till now. So by seeing those, you can easily say that Python future is bright. We will see some more things why the future of Python is bright. Yes, because Python is having a large set of career opportunities. Because major companies are using Python programming. If you know Python programming, you will get a good job. You will earn more salary, isn't it? So you can say the future of Python is bright because it is having large set of career opportunities. Then it is a cross-platform language. I have already told you, if you do the program in one platform, that can be taken by any other platform. That can be run by any other platform. So it is a cross-platform. So there is no problem at all for us. It is a cross-platform language. Then it is majorly used in machine learning. I have already told you, in Netflix, you are giving ratings to your movies. Means if you give the rating, the computer will rate the things by using machine learning concept. It will take some of the things, that is nothing but if 50 of members say it is good, if only 20 of members say it is bad, then it will give the rating as some 3. If a new movie released, what you do? You will search for the rating of that movie. What stars will come? Whether it is having 1 rating, 2 rating, or 3 rating, or 4 rating, or 5 rating. How these are calculated? By using machine learning concept. In machine learning, which programming language we are using to do that one? Python programming. Then it is used in web development. As I have already told you, it is used in web development. Then it is also used for data analytics versus data visualization. So now itself I have told you, if we given any data that will be analyzed and give the result, it is having some much rating. Is that clear? So in that way, you can say it is used in data analytics and also in data visualization. To visualize, we are using graphical user interfaces. Then it is used in artificial intelligence. Yes, it is majorly used in artificial intelligence. Without Python, artificial intelligence is not possible. Every artificial intelligence field is using Python programming today. In the same way as artificial intelligence, big data also using the same Python programming language for its data. Is that clear, students? In that way, you can say the Python programming is bright in your near future. Now also it is bright. In future also, it creates a new era. Clear, students? Is that clear? Then we will see what are the statistics related to that. We are having so many programming languages here, but which language is having highest top place? Here by seeing this, you can easily say that Python is having the highest place, isn't it? Next Java, next MATLAB, next CPP, next C, next Schema, next Scratch. Then What is the most popular language today? 73% of persons using Python today. C is used by only 42%. JavaScript, SQL, Java, Swift. We are having so many other languages, but the top place is given to the Python programming itself. Is that clear, students? Then just have a quick recap of what we have discussed today. What is Python? Python is a high-level general-purpose programming language. It is highly readable. Why we need Python? Because it is easy. It is interpreted. It is having wide range of applications. What are the features of Python? It is extensible. It is free. It is open source. Is that clear? These are all some of the features of Python. Who uses Python today? We have seen so many companies are using, like YouTube, Google, Netflix, Instagram, Facebook, NASA, etc. How future of Python is bright? How we have already seen, because machine learning, today's a new technology, that is machine learning, is using Python. Then artificial intelligence is using Python. Big data is using Python. We are creating for the data visualization and for data analytics, you are using Python. So the feature of Python is great. Let us have a quiz of whatever we have discussed in this class. So students, you have to answer this. I have already told you all these things. The first question, that is, Python is a high level language, low level language, C mission level language. Python is a, as I already told you, Python is it a low level language or mission level language? Yes, it is high level language. Python is a high level language. Then we'll move on to the second question, that is, Python is derived from which language? I have already told you, it is derived from, is it derived from C language or Java language? No. Guru Van Rossum developed Python and it is derived from ABC programming language. So the second question answer is A, that is ABC programming. Then, is Python programming dynamically typed? What do you mean by dynamically typing? So there is no specific data types or rules to discuss what type of data it is. So it is a pure dynamically typed language. So the answer of this question is true. True, as Python programming is dynamically typed. Then Python programming is it free? Yes, it is free. Is it open source? Yes, it is open source, which is freely available in the internet. Is it extensible? Yes, it is extensible with C and CPP or more than any language. So the answer is all. Python programming is free, open source, extensible. So the answer is all. Then last question. Who are using Python today? So till now we have so many times we have discussed. So Google is using Python today, Facebook is using Python today, Netflix is using Python today. So the answer is all. Students, is that clear? Can we recap of all these questions again? Yes. Let us have a quick recap. Python is a high level programming language. Then Python is derived from ABC programming language. Then, is Python programming dynamically typed? Yes, it is dynamically typed. Then, Python programming is free, open source, extensible, all. Then, who are using Python today? Google, Facebook, Netflix, all. All those are using Python today. Okay, students, today we have discussed all these things. In the next class, we will discuss the second topic of this unit. So, we discussed introduction to Python programming today. We will see how to install the Python software in the next class. Thank you so much, students, listening to me.